Welcome to Lesson 2, Institutional Aid. Now when you're looking at going to colleges, they always have their price point that you can see. How much is it going to cost to pay for tuition, room and board, fees, and all those kind of things. However, students typically do not pay the sticker price because colleges will offer scholarships and other forms of aid to help bring the price down. But it's important to know how colleges do this, and for you, the specific colleges that you're looking at, how they do it, because there's different strategies on how colleges determine how to use institutional aid and institutional money to make college more affordable for you. So there's kind of three main strategies that colleges use. The first one is they'll look at awarding you based on merit. Another one is that they'll award you aid based on your financial need. And lastly, colleges will leverage those two strategies. They'll look at awarding you based off of merit and maybe financial need and some combination of those two. Now when it comes to merit aid, how do they determine that? Well, merit aid is determined based off of things like your GPA, your SAT and ACT scores. It may also be based off of certain achievements or certain skills that you could bring to use on their campus. That could be musical ability or athletic ability. Now for the athletic ability, you would only see scholarships for NCAA Division I and Division II schools. Division III schools aren't allowed to offer you scholarships based on athletic ability. But also, some schools and colleges that don't participate in the NCAA may also award you aid based off your athletic ability, so it's good to know that. And so when you're thinking about, okay, what aid do I qualify for it, know what your college is looking for, and then while you're working through high school, try and meet those standards. So if there's a certain GPA that you could award that could change your GPA package, like for example, maybe if you raised your GPA instead of from a 3.2 to a 3.4, you might get an extra $2,000 of aid every year. Or maybe it might be, you got a good SAT score, but man, if you just scored 50 more points, you'd get a better aid package. Well, then consider retaking the SAT or the ACT again. So that's kind of how merit aid works. The next one is need. And we kind of talked about need in the last lesson and about the FAFSA and the EFC score. And so colleges will look at the EFC score and then they'll kind of see, okay, this student has more need, and so they might offer more aid to you so that makes it possible. So colleges will award merit aid because they want to attract certain talent, and when they attract that talent, they have students that are go on to be graduates that are doing successful things that are attached to their college as alumni. But also colleges will give you aid based off of your need because it gives more options to students to come to their college, which gives them more students. And just because you have financial need doesn't mean that you're not a quality student. And that's why the next strategy in combining merit with need is what a lot of colleges do. Because if they're going to meet students' needs, they want to meet the need of students that bring a certain quality with them. And so as you're working through high school and you're doing certain things like involved in your community, involved in your church, serving in different capacities, volunteering, make sure that you exhibit those things when you're applying for colleges, because colleges want to see that you are making an impact in places and you're not just going to be a consumer. And so that's kind of how institutional aid works. Now we did talk about net price calculator, and it would be important for you to kind of look at the college's websites that you're interested in and maybe fill out data on the net price calculator to get an idea of what you could qualify for. You also might want to talk to the admissions counselor or just look at the scholarship pages to learn the criteria of different colleges and see which colleges might be the best fit for you, especially as we look at affording college based on your design. So that's an introduction to institutional financial aid. Click on the next lesson to continue learning about the next one.